Hi everyone, we've overnighted here at Aek Godang and we're going to set off now and complete the rest of this trip. We're flying up the west side of the island and we're in the northern half of Sumatra, and we're going to fly up to Banda Aceh. We had some problems with weather, that's why we've been so delayed. Winter in Sumatra is pretty wet and rainy and cloudy, and it's proven very difficult to fly live weather. So I'm having to cheat and set the weather myself. It's another really badly rainy, cloudy day, and we wouldn't be able to see anything. And I've been checking the weather every day for the past 3 weeks, and out of that I managed to get one flying day in. So yeah, from now on we're just gonna set the weather to this, and we're gonna go and have a look around. Summer's great. There's just a little bit of light rain in the evenings and mornings because of the way the weather systems work. It meets in the middle over the islands and it creates this band of rain down the islands. But like I say, in summer and autumn it's not too bad because it just tends to happen from the late evening onwards through to the early morning. Unfortunately, now at this time of year in November, it's just constant cloud and rain, it would appear. We are 7 hours ahead of GMT or UTC or Zulu time. So it's what, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? And we're going to get on our merry way. I don't know what that yellow van's doing over there. It just seems to be doing some sort of ballet dance. Maybe they're teaching the driver how to drive in the best places, a car park where there's loads of expensive aircraft parked, that if you tap them slightly it might end up killing someone. But you know, whatever. I guess it makes sense to them. For some reason they've got these Cessna like 152 Aerobats with just whited out tail numbers. Maybe they're stolen or something, I have no idea. Anyway, let's go on with it. So we'll let the engines get a bit warm. We've got half fuel on board. We're just going to make a short hop to the first. We've got 2 little airfields to visit before we go and park up for lunch. So we're at WIME Aek Godang, and we're going to go to Syekh Hamzah Fansyuri in Singkil. We'll refuel there, and then we're going to go to Teuku Cut Ali, and then we're going to land for lunch at Nyak Dhien. Well, we may take lunch at Teuku Cut, we'll see how it goes. So once again, this is the fault system that runs up the side of the island. And that's not oriented north-south. Yeah, that's very much twisted around a bit. That's more like how it really is. We're here in Aek Godang, then we're going to go to Singkil to Teuku, and Teuku to Nyak, and then Nyak to Sultan Iskandar and Muda International at Banda Aceh. And that's the very northern tip of Sumatra. Once we've done that, we'll overnight, maybe 2 nights, and then we'll fly this little leg down here, which is quite a long leg, and go and visit the best ever and most exciting one in the whole of my trip. The Toba volcano and its remnants of its amazing, absolutely amazing crater. Yeah, terrible thing. Has the power to kill off millions of people. So like I say, the Rift Valley runs up this side, and we're just going to follow it around and end up in Banda Aceh. We're setting up from WIME. We've got no flight. Well, there are no charts for the next two airfields, so we're just going to do visuals. Lubukraya and Sibwal are our first two major volcanoes to look at, and we're going to follow this bit of the valley along. Turn left after we cross this place, Tarutung. Follow the left hand side of the thing through these amazing bits of mountains. Take a look at these and then fly into Singkil. From Singkil we're going to take a look at this, which looks like some sort of flooded area, maybe salt marshes, and it looks like a really slow moving river estuary. You can see all the oxbow lakes there and the leftover dried up oxbow lakes. If you don't know what an oxbow lake is, the predominant current will be flowing against this bank and it'll cut away at this bank slowly over time. So you can see here that it used to flow around there, but the eventually it goes so slowly this cuts through, and it cuts through to the next one and chops the oxbow lake off. Don't know why they call it an oxbow lake, but they do. Well, we did in geography. There's probably a new name for it, which is non-ox anything, but yeah. Oh, there's two rivers meet there. Amazing. From there we'll carry on through the mountains and land at Teuku Cut Ali, then go and see Mount Leuser and all the rest of these mountains, but I don't know what the names of them. There's so many of them, Google Earth doesn't even bother naming them. From there we join the Rift Valley again and the Cut by the river, and then land at Cut Nyak Dhien, and then we'll leave Cut Nyak, maybe take a trip over here and have a look at this. But Gunung Hulumasen, and then into Banda Aceh. So that's the plan. So 370 miles to Cut Nyak, or we can do 250 and then 250, so probably split it up in two and take lunch at Teuku Cut. And this bit of the Rift Valley, we'll have a look at that on the way back down on the next little bit that we're going to do, the next trip. There's quite a bit more to see on that one. So Rift Valley, over to that split there, which is where the Rift Valley variates into two, into Singkil, and that's our first look. It's not very far, so 150 miles, so yeah, like that says, about an hour. I guess we can leave. So the wind's that way. So I guess we need to leave on 29.
Whiskey India Mike Echo traffic Sumatran 007 is taxiing to runway 29er. Whiskey India Mike Echo traffic Sumatran 007 taking off runway 11 departing straight out.
That was a bit scary. The trim wheel was set to completely up, so it lifted the nose off the ground, and all that scraping was the tail strike. There we go, that's got trimmed up a bit better. That was really bad.
Jakarta Center Sumatran 007 is type Diamond DA62 2 miles northwest of Whiskey India Mike Echo 1,400 feet. Request flight following. Sumatran 007 Jakarta Center. Squawk 1432.
So we're just approaching Tarutung. That's the little town in front of us in the valley down there. Bit hard to see, yeah. Bit obscured by clouds, got up Pink Floyd songs and albums. Oh, there's an album or a song, but anyway. That's the point at which after we've overflown Tarutung, we're going to turn left-ish. As you can see there from the GPS track. And then we're going to turn in towards our first landing point. It's over there somewhere. So that's Tarutung ahead of us. I don't know why this one's marked, but these two aren't. But yeah, got three reasonably high mountains. And yet the one they've marked is this one. It must have some significance. Ah, sulphurous hot springs. And that's Tarutung down there. And we're going to turn left and head over towards this mountain and that one there. This mountain which has no name on Google Earth. And this mountain which also has no name in Google Earth. There's Tarutung below us. I'm not sure it's going to have that many skyscrapers in it. Oh well. Tower blocks. That's a very, very large building that's just a massively covered area. Last time that actually was something, wasn't it? It was a covered market, I believe. But also I'll fill that in on post as well. I'm going to be doing a lot of after post work. So we're going to turn left in a second and head over that way down between the two mountain bridges there, you can see. And heading for our first stop. Which is going to be Syekh Hamzah Fansyuri, otherwise known to me as Singkil Airport. So we seem to have a lot of folding over here and a lot of cuts from rivers. So this must be where the rift split off and we've got the collisions causing the mountains to fold up in between the two. Once we get out to the end of here, we're going to come out onto a flat plain back next to coastal plain. Sorry, a coastal plain next to sea. And we're going to follow that for a few miles before turning back inland again and heading over these mountains here. So we're going to go to the coast and then back inland and then go over towards Singkil. Oh no, it was Sibual Buali. That was the active volcano there, that I do apologise. We did mention it, but it was covered in cloud at the time. So we're now dropping down towards this coastal plain through this massive amount of folding. I believe Singkil is down on here, so around here somewhere. So this is the fault line where this side is moving that way and this side is moving this way, and that's what's caused all this folding of the mountains. Ah, completely the wrong way around. Let me rephrase that. So this side is moving towards us and this side is moving away from us, and the friction between the two has caused the mountains to rise up. Basically by folding. It's best to imagine it as two rubbers, and if you rub the rubbers together, then the bits that would come off them is what would build up this mountain bridge. And this mountain bridge here. We can see that here. This side is moving towards, and that side is moving away. And it's folding everything up along its path. Similarly, Yeah, that doesn't make sense though, because that's going the other way to this one. What? I'll have to search for more clarity on that one. So looks like I was right in the first place. This side is moving towards us according to this, and that one away. But on the coastal plain side, the coastal plain's moving towards us, and this bit's moving away from us. So maybe it's just factors of speed. So this side would be, yeah, different to this bit, and this bit will be different to that bit there. So we're just descending down to a reasonable level. We're going to go down to about 3,500, we'll make it 3,000 feet, I guess.
Jakarta Center, Sumatran 007, 4,600 feet.
Sumatran 007, Jakarta Center, QNH, 29er.9er, to continue as planned.
Just check the name there. Yep, Syekh Hamzah Fansyuri. I think we'll circle out to sea and come back in, so we'll come back in on, I guess, 12. Please remove your golfing cart, I need to refuel. Well, I'll wait for the tug to disappear, then we'll refuel afterwards. So we're going to have a quick stop here, a quick coffee, and then get back on it once we've had that. Well, once we've dropped off the medical supplies and had the coffee. So, with a lovely cup of Sumatran coffee, it's time to get on our way again. Next part of the trip is to Teuku Cut Ali. It's not very far. 95 miles, so it's just 30 miles, 30 minutes, but yeah, probably a little bit less than that. So we're at Singkil, we're going to head up there and cut back in. Very short trip indeed. So let's get underway. Yeah, I need to be able to put on some fuel. Yeah, so fuel's in. And we're cross flow zone.
Whiskey Alpha Golf Oscar, traffic Sumatran 007, is taxiing to runway 30.
Looks like we're clear left and clear right.
Whiskey Alpha Golf Oscar, traffic Sumatran 007 taking off runway 30 departing straight out.
Oh, are we? We're going on runway 30 apparently. Which is very annoying because we're not going to go on runway 30, we're going to go the other one. What? What?
Whiskey Alpha Golf Oscar, traffic Sumatran 007 taking off runway 12 left touch and go.
So that's where the two rivers meet. And this is the area of what I suspect is mangrove swamps or some sort of marshy land. So I had a quick look on Google Earth, and they've got a street view spot over there somewhere. So I just clicked into that and I'll show you what we got. So I mean, I don't know if they're mangroves, but they definitely look like a swampy area. Interesting. Where's the rest of him or her? So yeah, it's just looking like a vast area of swampy land. Ooh, is that a little goat feeding or something? Wow. So we're about 18 miles away from the airport now, and we're going to continue through this little bit of mountainous range before we then turn left towards the coast, which is just over there as you can see, and then we'll take it in for landing. I think we have to fly over this little range of hills, well, mountains here, and then the airport's on the other side somewhere around there-ish. I did say we're going to go to 6,000, but 5,000 seemed okay once I checked it, so we're at 5,000. We should easily clear that with 5,000 feet. Yeah, we're going to go over those little range of hills there and then go into land. It's another small airport. As I say, we're dropping off medical supplies. Obviously not in real life, it's a sim game, so yeah. So we'll just let you have a look at this wonderful countryside before we turn us off before we come into land. And as I say, all this folding is because of the as you saw earlier, all the small pieces of platelets that are moving all the way alongside each other and grinding each other up. That's causing all these ridges to rise up. Well, some will be volcanoes that have worn down, and some will be ridges that have risen up. Whichever way it is, I'm loving the whole thing. It's a wonderful area. So we should be turning left any second now. And we'll head on down towards the airport. So we're just crossing over the top of the airfield. And we're going to land on 3-2. Looks like we've got some trees at the end there, oh dear. Oh god damn, I turned them all the wrong way around. Damn, no. Yeah, well, if we go any closer, I'm going to run him over. I mean, what? Okay, we're just going to stop here. So, time for lunch, tumty tumty tum. And we'll see you once we've had lunch. So, hi again everyone. Lunch is over and we're going to set off on our way again. Our next stop is Teuku Cut Ali Airport. It's a very, very short flight indeed. Sorry, we're at Teuku Ali Airport. Our next stop is Nyak Dhien Airport. It is a very short flight indeed. It's 125 miles. 40-minute flight time roughly, probably less than that. And from there, we'll be then completing our journey with the last little bit of it, which is from there to Banda Aceh. Banda Aceh is a bit of a strange airport because you only land on 17 and 35 is only used for takeoffs. So my guess is because there's so many mountains. But we'll have a quick look. Yeah, so we couldn't get any charts at all for arriving onto runway 35, so we will be landing on 17 unless it's local traffic and small aircraft that use 35 only, but everything that they show for ILS and RNAV it's all runway 17 for landing. So we're going to fly over towards this lovely mountain, Mount Leuser. Take a look at Mount Leuser and then just follow the mountains back down into Nyak. Land at Nyak. Drop off some more medical supplies. And then take in Gunung Hulumasen on our way into Sultan Iskandar Muda at Banda Aceh.
Whiskey India Tango Alpha traffic Sumatran 007 taking off runway 32 straight out departure. Whiskey India Tango Alpha traffic Sumatran 007 is taxiing to runway 32.
Oh, don't do that, you'll get shredded by the propeller. Yeah, I think they've got a bit stuck. They don't seem to be able to find the nose wheel. So clear left and clear right. So we're now once again going over the mountains. And that one in the distance there, that is Mount Leuser. Leuser? I don't know how you're going to pronounce it. And Google Earth isn't really helping much, it just doesn't have the names of the men. But we're roughly about here. These are the ones we can see in the foreground. With Leuser in the background. Well, that's quite impressive. That looks a classic volcanic plug. Completely round and flat topped-ish. So it's a plug with a volcano coming through the middle of. So the more info is not really helpful. Oh, nice. I don't know what that is, some sort of gecko maybe? Oh. So we have no idea how high it is, but I'm going to go to 8,000 just in case. So right, you can see this, I wrote this app here myself, so no copyright infringement whatsoever because I made it. Yeah, let's be safe and let's go to yeah, 10,000. So we're just coming up towards Mount Leuser, which is this range of hills, well, mountain. And there are three mountains. There's Tampa, Nama, Leuser and Leuser. I will of course put those in post. Tampa Nama is the tallest and it's 11,300 feet. So we're just going to climb to 13th, well no, that's too high, so we'll go to 12. This is a Leuser range, and these are the peaks. I guess Tampa Nama's the tallest one, so this is probably Tampa Nama. But like I say, I'll do that in post because we'll be able to tell which is which much more easily once we look at a map that has them on there and the names of them. And one of the problems is that we're switching over from Google Desktop to the Google Earth Online one, and some things have been stopped on the Google Earth Desktop and some things aren't quite online in the Google Earth Online one. there you have it, the Leuser range, which all of them together are known as Mount Leuser, even though only one of them is actually Leuser. And strangely, like I say, Tampanama is the taller one out of the lot, so surely it should be the Tampanama range, but so we're just dropping down to 2,000 feet on approach to the airport. We've left the mountains behind us. And we're now flying over this coastal plain. It's quite amazingly beautiful, actually. And we're just going to carry on flying over the airfield and out to sea a little bit, and then come back into land.
Whiskey India Tango Charlie traffic Sumatran 0074 miles east, 2,300 feet inbound to land runway 14.
Okay, I was wrong. Trees.
Whiskey India Tango Charlie traffic Sumatran 007 is clear of the runway.
Okay, so we'll drop off our supplies and then we'll be on our way again. So if we go on this little final leg. It's 140 miles. So 45 minutes flight time. Should be okay. So we're leaving Nyak Dhien over the river and then following the mountains back in over Gunung Hulumasen and into Banda Aceh Sultan Iskandar Muda International Airport. As I said, we don't land on 3.5, we land on 1.7. All the approaches are for 1.7. And technically we should spin around to the right side of it and then come back in. And that'd be okay if we're in a large aircraft, but it's a small one, so we'll see if there's anything about that. Oh, we've got a spinning aircraft. I guess he's just doing circles for some reason. Clear left and clear right.
Whiskey India Tango Charlie traffic Sumatran 007 taking off runway 14 straight out departure.
What? I could have sworn we chose the 333. What? So we're going to climb up to 4,000, stabilise on our stabilise the autopilot on our GPS route, and then once we've done that, we'll climb up to our correct height. So once again, we have to set on heading. And the heading, we have to intersect the GPS track. So the GPS is on standby, that's why it's white. And once we hit close enough to the GPS track, then it'll switch to GPS and follow the GPS track. So there you go, we've picked up the GPS path. And you can see it's switched from the white GPS and on heading to the green GPS, which means we are on the GPS nav. So we've had a little bit of a problem with the autopilot and the GPS navigation system. We should be on this track here, the white one, but for some reason we've got an error, and it's decided the GPS track is from right over here, which is quite a long way away. I mean, I have no idea what's going on. I mean, that's Singapore and that's Burma. It's not called Burma anymore, of course. That's Vietnam. So, yeah. It's going to try and get us to fly to the end of that line, wherever that line, it could be anywhere. So we're just going to use the heading now and fly us towards this user point here. And it'll pick up the GPS when we get closer, I guess. So I'm going to guesstimate if that's 270, maybe 310, 330, 320. Yeah, that's probably a bit much. Let's go with 300 for now. So it looks like we're going towards this peak here, which would be good because we need to be going after that. We need to be able to towards that. Okay, so it seems to be okay. Now we should end up picking up the track there and then turning in, and then that one should be just before the mountain, should be about there somewhere, so we should be able to turn right a little bit. So I think that's the mountain there, but we'll obviously check on that. We planned that the waypoint to change towards the airport should be just after the peak. So in theory, it should be about there. Which does seem about right. We're going to go towards here, then turn right a bit, and then go straight. So I think that is the peak there. I'm getting a bit worried about the sun going down now, because obviously we've had some bad experiences of there being no lights at any of the airports so far. So night landings are impossible in flight sim currently around this area, because there are no lights whatsoever on any of the airfields, it seems. This one's a major international airport, so hopefully there'll be some lights if the sun does go down, or it gets a little bit dark. So another lovely sunset, and on the left here is the mountain we've been looking for, Hulumasen. Oh, I don't know why it suddenly changed direction. What? Apparently it's 7,500 feet. We're at 8,000 feet. And obviously there are some more over there which we don't know the names of because Google Earth doesn't tell us. This one here is Gunung Hulumasen. And you can see there the 3 peaks that we can see from the aircraft. So we're going to start turning towards the airport now. Wow, that sun goes down quickly.
Sultan Tower Sumatran 007 is 28 miles south 8,000 feet with Sierra to land.
Sumatran 007, Sultan Tower. QNH 29er.9er2 wind calm, make straight in runway 35.
Oh, we are going on runway 35, okay.
Fly straight in runway 35 Sumatran 007.
Yay, we've got lights. Hey! So once we clear this mountain, we can go down to 3,000 feet and then we can make our approach. So I'll next see you when we're on finals.
Sumatran 007, wind calm, clear to land runway tree 5.
Clear to land runway tree 5 Sumatran 007.
So we've got 2 white, 2 red. Oh, 3 red now, it's a bit low. There we go, 2 white, 2 red.
Sumatran 007, turn next taxiway.
There we go, in and safe. So we're safely down in Banda Aceh, and either tomorrow or the day after we'll go and do the last bit of this trip around Indonesia, and the biggest crater ever, the biggest caldera, even bigger than Yellowstone. Toba. Thank you for flying Sumatran Airways. It's great to finally see an airfield that has some lights on it, because that made it much easier to land.